I also, what else did I do? Did a
Are you
little
in a
bit of
game, by the way?
research on that text that you sent me. I just left it.
Oh, what
Um,
did you think? Because did you it like there's like a good mix, like it's like a 50-50 at least split of like true and then fake, you know?
so I haven't finished it because I try to read the entire article. So because of that, it takes a lot longer for me to go through everything. Um, but from what I can tell, like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of 50-50, sort of. Um, the AT like so it was actually really interesting reading about the ATF thing because he did it's not an appointment. So he doesn't actually he nominates someone and then the Senate confirms whether they want to do that person or not. So he did nominate someone who was anti-gun, but as to like there was backlash and so he was like, well, okay, I'm not going to do this one. So he pulled that guy and he's getting another nomination. Um, but so because of that, the whole bump stock ban thing is actually not really Trump's fault because the last person who was appointed to the head of the ATF was actually in 2013. And the ATF is the one that redefined the terms in order to include bump stock. So it's not actually Trump for that one. So, which because I did it in reverse, I originally was thinking, oh well, okay, so because of your text, I was all like, well, he appointed someone, and that someone is the one who did the redefining, and so I guess technically it is Trump's fault. But because he actually didn't appoint someone yet, like it's still going through the Senate and everything.
Yeah. What about
That
the
it's
raising
not
of
his fault.
the like legal by age and the
So the legal by age, that one was a flip floppy one. So you were right about stuff being flip floppy, because everything that I was reading, I was like it was I had to go through the years. Like each there was a bunch of different articles in different years, and so I was reading them all, and there were certain times where he was for it and certain times he was against it, but he's never done anything for or against it. So I'm like. It is very confusing for that one because he says a lot of stuff for that, but he hasn't done anything for or against it. So I have no idea what his actual stance is on that. He's just he says a lot of stuff with that.
what about because isn't is what is his news thing that he uses? It's Breitbart, right?
What do you mean?
Like his go-to like news source is Breitbart, like that's his news company, right?
I have no idea. That one's something I have no idea on.
Because even on Breitbart, which is like it's very much like his own news thing. That's very like where his like verified kind of like his news company. Even that like has articles on his like views on trying to get rid of suppressors and that kind of thing too, like from his
Interesting.
own mouth, basically.
Yeah, I haven't gotten all the way to suppressors and I was at first I was jumping around a little bit and then I realized wait, let's go in order so that way I can actually maintain my like train of thought and know what's going on. And so I didn't fully do learn anything about the suppressor or body armor. I got up to the point where
Because this one, I'm watching the interview now, and he's like shaming somebody because he's talking about raising the age for buying guns, and like he leans over to the guy who's like kind of in charge of that, and everybody's kind of like, I mean, it is what it is, and then he like kind of starts implying that it's like bad on them for not raising the gun age, like in an
yeah, I did read that in one of the articles where where he said that, and then that was one year, and then another year he said that so like that's what that was really that was I'll give you that one. It was super confusing with that one because he kept on flip like there was so many different views. There was no like consistency with that one, which is kind of like a Trump standard with certain things, you know.
yeah.
Um, what else was oh the national carry that one was an interesting read as well because he supported the national carry thing, and then there was a mass shooting and then he was all like, well, I want this to pass but I want it to pass in its own bill because it was actually linked to a to another bill that was about background checks. And so also you can join me whenever you're ready. um And so he withdrew his support for it in that bill because he wanted it separate, um, which I can understand. Being someone who doesn't like certain things linked with other things, I like things being separate, so it makes it less confusing in my opinion, and it's easier to find.
Yeah, but I mean, he
So
hasn't really done anything for it, just kind of against it, and then left it at that.
but before the mass shooting, he was very avid for it and was like ready to sign it and everything. And then once the mass shooting happened, I guess he realized that he wanted there to be to be a separate bill or something. I don't follow that train of thought that he had. So but like that so I think that he's still for the national carry thing. I just don't. I think that he wants it to be a separate bill.
What
So
about when he said that people who didn't want to change the gun age and those kinds of things, it's because they were just afraid of the NRA? And then he said people shouldn't be afraid of the NRA and like started shaming them for people who stood up for the NRA.
I don't think I read that one.
Oh, I could send it to you.
Yeah, do it. I do appreciate reading more.
Because
um,
it's interesting. The only reason I wanted to hear your guys' opinion is because you and Ed are very much like you respect him in that he is very outspoken and gets done what he wants to get done.
mhm.
And when it seems, I feel like gun control isn't very much a thing of that he cares too much about. And so, like, even though he says he does, I don't think it's really like a.
Oh, that was another thing. It was the expanding background checks. That one I was doing research on, and all of the stuff that he did with background checks wasn't really expanding it. It was more reinforcing it. Because there are states who are pretty lax on doing reporting. Sweet. With like mental health and stuff, and so he strengthened it so that way states have to be more consistent with basically with recording. Catch basically with recording mental health and that kind of stuff, and giving them more support so that way they can do that. It wasn't really extending it; it was more reinforcing it. So that one was, which I'm okay with background checks. So that's another thing about me, though. Like that's one of the few things that I support when it comes to gun control.
I also agree with background checks. I just the only reason I bring it up is because he very much. I don't know if you saw some of his posts recently. He's talking about how he's very much like the only two-way option, and how he's very pro-gun. But then, like, with a lot of this stuff, you see he's kind of like not necessarily 100% for and not 100% against. He's
Yeah,
just basically another politician when it comes to it,
a
if
little
that
bit.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
a little bit.
And
Yeah.
so, like, because that's the only reason I wanted to hear your and Ed's thoughts is because you and Ed very much like don't like the biggest turn on for him is that he's not a politician and that what he wants to get done he gets done. And then I personally don't believe that he's very like he's very Second Amendment friendly, but he's also not directly opposed.
All right, let's jump
I
down.
just don't think I just don't think he has a very big opinion on it, you know?
I can see that, just based off of some of the stuff that he's done that I've read. There was when I first started doing research on it, I noticed that. So I actually read an article about basically his Second Amendment rating, is what they called it, where they judged what he's done, whether it's for or against. And he's done pretty decent amount of stuff for like for the Second Amendment that hasn't really been like counter to it. It's just that there are certain things that the article listed one thing, and that was what was it? Uh, Crap, I can't remember now. If I should probably pull up the article so that way I can read what it said. But like he removed a bunch of Obama era restrictions on gun control, and did a bunch of other stuff like that. And so they gave him a positive rating for gun control, just because of the fact that he's done some decent stuff for gun control or against gun control.
Yeah, but he's also, but, like a lot of the articles on that I sent though is talking about how like he just does kind of go back and forth with it, you know.
Yeah.
Like even though he's done good, he's also done bad. Like that video I just sent you, he's like at being very typically like He's, you know how sometimes he's very vague and kind of like doesn't give a direct answer, and then sometimes he's very like he goes like hard in the paint for something when he really wants to.
We got someone dropping in.
Okay. The one I just sent you though is him going hard in the paint for like raising the gun age. Is
Gotcha.
The one I just sent you. And so I'm not trying to like start trouble. I'm just trying to like. The only reason I brought it up is because, like I said, I feel like he flip-flops a lot on it.
One. I didn't realize there were two. I straight up was like lazily killing the other guy.
Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive,
all right, I will be back in a minute. Oh no, I did the wrong.
He killed you. Oof.
Yeah, he killed me. The teammate did. I killed the one that dropped in. This is why you always pay attention, class. Oh, there's no one watching anymore. There was a second viewer for a minute there.
Time for a fight. Get ready. You're next.
Anyways, I didn't want to start an argument. I'm kind of I love Ed, but Ed gets very, very aggravated. And I'm not trying to say like Trump is the worst when it comes to gun control or the best.
Yeah, I think that he's pretty decent. I'm okay with the stuff I've read about him. Oh dang, he killed you.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was he when he killed you?
He was right on the bridge, walking towards where we just were.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Did you know you can throw rocks at people's claymores and set them off in the Gulag?
You can? I had no idea.
Yeah. I just like sabotaged some dude by like making his...
Oh, he was just sitting there. What a loser. Whatever. Okay. That was fun.
Is it still that same guy on the bridge?
No, he went into the fire department. But you are far away, so you don't even have to worry about it.
I'm gonna aim for that building.
Ed does get a little heated when it comes to this kind of stuff. I try to remain calm because part of the reason I love politics is because of I like traditional politics where you discussed people who had opposing views, and you either changed your mind or you changed theirs or you just left it as it was and everything was fine.
While I've been working, I've been listening to a really neat. It's like a historical podcast, and it's talking about basically like the environment, like during World War II, like the war in the Pacific, and it's focusing a lot on like the Japanese society and culture and like the things that happened to them and by them during World War II, and like the good things and the bad, and like the type of culture and society needed to like commit the atrocities, but also like the great things that they did, and it's been a really neat breakdown, but like. Listening to that, it's been kind of inspiring just because, like, there's actually a really cool quote I heard today, and it was talking about, like, fascism, and this was actually, like, a commonly held and agreed upon opinion at the time. And it still kind of holds weight, and is basically, like, when you fight against, like, fascism, because fascism was, like, on the rise, as you know, like with Italy and...
Yeah.
Nazi Germany, and some people would try and say Japan, but Japan, based on just like a culture as a whole, it didn't really fall under that. It had aspects of it, but then again, it also had an aspects of like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, but there's this quote about fascism, and it's talking about how like in order to defeat fascism, you have to adopt parts of that like you're against, and you might have to become the like thing you don't want to be, and then like by the end of it, basically like. You can't really undo it, or like you can't really like if you keep the mentality and the things that you put into effect when you're fighting against fascism, you're just going to become the thing you destroyed, you know. Yeah. And so basically, like once you've completed doing what you need to do, the only like real solution is basically just to like dismantle those policies you put into effect, if that makes sense. Which I thought was really interesting.
I don't know if I necessarily agree. It's an interesting thought because in order, I don't know. I have to like this. It's a very thought-provoking thing. That's for sure.
They were talking about like with the when they put the Japanese into like the internment camps here in the U.S. and it's because they were talking about like what led up to it and like the incidents that happened and like the society, like how Japan kind of like dug their own grave with how they were behaving in the war and like treating and like their brutality and their viciousness. But then also they were talking about how here in the U.S. how like I think I have enough to buy you back, don't I?
You do, yes. There you go.
Okay. Where's here? Okay, but they were talking about how like because during like one of the biggest things and the key factors into like making the camps here in the U.S. was I guess I didn't know about this, and a lot of people don't. Is during at one point in time the Japanese had a submarine off the coast of California, and actually launched some like artillery into California and like attacked a depot or two.
Interesting.
And nobody was like it wasn't a huge deal. Like there weren't too many people like severely wounded or killed or anything. But it kind of caused like a hysteria in the West Coast, and it kind of you know the infamous Order something 66.
Yeah.
The thing that Woodrow Wilson did that like kind of allowed the creation of those camps. They were talking about how like because we were fighting against the Japanese and against like Germany and Italy because they were like oppressive and doing terrible things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like we were fighting against like dictators in like because fascism is like where the state is in control, you know.
Yeah.
And so we were fighting against that, but then like because of fear and because we were fighting an enemy, people were willing to like do terrible things to American citizens because you just had to have like 1/16 of your blood to be Japanese in order to be put into those camps. And like a lot of the people that they arrested and put into those camps, what would happen is they would like the state would take over their properties and then lots of times would liquidate their assets and kind of like basically strip them of everything they had worked for and built up, you know?
Yeah.
And so like in that instance, they were like fighting against like fascism and terrible things, but then they themselves to a point like here in the U.S. we kind of fell under that category of what you would consider fascism. Like we gave up our rights for more state power and state control, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's what like the whole idea is basically like sometimes when you're fighting things because like when you're at a war a lot of times you do give the state more power to defend like the liberty of all the people, so you're willing to give up some of your own personal freedoms.
Lovely.
Which is why a lot of times like fascist states are constantly at war and like in war scenarios, you know, is because like that kind of mentality and like war is like a good like fascist nations are like constantly at war because it always like the state always has the power and the people will continually be giving the state the power, so they'll be able to wage these wars and do these things.
Gas is closing in.
And anyways, but that's what like it kind of boils
Oh my
down to
gosh,
where
where
they
is he? I don't even know where he is. This is
I
fun.
don't
The
either.
gas is moving in. If I could give this guy the middle finger, I would.
I'm so sorry if you just die after this.
Just run.
Nope, they got me.
The enemy took down.
Rip.
We'll be back to finish the job.
Oh, what did Ed text? Okay. I didn't end up getting to the naps. Wait, no. It was the taps or the what was the other one? I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. The Knicks or the taps. I didn't get into that, so I wasn't able to read. Which one was the taps and which one was the Knicks?
Anyways, I'm sorry. I was like talking in the group chat as you saw.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's that all. Finishing off the whole talk on like fascism and like the idea of like to defeat things, sometimes you have to adopt like different aspects of things you're trying to destroy. You know?
It's very interesting. It's a very interesting idea. I don't think I agree with it because of the fact that in this sense, I'm an idealist because I believe that in order to defeat something, you have to be better than it.
Yeah. Well, because
Like
think about like with the Patriot Act though, because like the idea of like the U.S. or like anybody like being able to view messages or search for keywords and like that kind of like peruse your like different activities that normally weren't monitored at all by the government.
mhm,
Because a lot of we like kind of went into the Patriot Act because of like after 9/11, and when you hear people in the government at the time like anti-terrorist groups, they said it didn't really help like stop any terrorist attacks because they were like basically looking for a terrorist attack was already like looking for a needle in a haystack.
yeah.
And then the Patriot Act, like digging through all these emails and keywords and other things, it didn't like make you find more needles. It just kind of made the haystack bigger. And so like it looked good, but like people were kind of willing to let the state have that control because of like that fear time. Like, does that kind of make sense?
Oh yeah, 100%. One of the things that
Check your gear and
I
weapons.
actually
We go
believe that
soon.
the Patriot Act is one of the worst constitutional breaks ever in American history.
Yeah, I
Which is part of
agree.
the reason why I actually
Soldier
don't
incoming.
like George Bush as a president. Like I think that when he enacted this, it very much was counter to America and American ideals. And so like, where'd this guy go?
Enemy soldier incoming.
Whatever. um, there you are. What was I saying? Sorry. When I was looking for the guy, I lost my train of thought. I don't like. I really honestly hate the Patriot Act. Because one of the reasons why is it was implemented during a time of fear, where people weren't thinking logically or they were thinking emotionally. And when you think emotionally, oftentimes you end up doing stuff that later on you're gonna regret. And so I feel like that was one of those things that was done out of pure emotion and. Able to get
Battle
through
Royale. All right, soldier.
because it was such
Mark
an
a drop
emotional
point for
time.
your team.
Yeah.
Um,
Avoid the gas.
and so
Get
like
to the safe zone.
I really was upset when we renewed the Patriot Act. We got rid of some of the stuff from it, but um, was that during Trump or was that during Obama? I can't remember now.
That was during Obama, but I mean they keep re-signing it, like because Trump like recently was up again, and like basically they voted to keep it, and that was like because that was under
Yeah.
the Obama or under the Trump administration when they like chose to like when they were voting on some big key aspect of it, and basically it's nothing really changed. Like they voted to just kind of keep some of this stuff in effect, and that
Yeah.
was under Trump. But I also know under Obama, like that kind of stuff happened as well.
Yeah, when I heard that Trump
Once
kept
the
some of the
enemy's down.
stuff, yeah, as you're saying it, I was
Two
definitely
people just
thinking,
dropped into the house that I'm on top of. They're in the house with you. There's two of them. Just a heads up. I don't have a gun yet.
I got the team wipe.
Hey, my man.
I heard them break the door, and so I was like, time to act.
One of them landed on the roof with me and didn't see me, so I was gonna like come around and kill him, but then he dropped before me. There's somebody falling on the train? I didn't even know there was a train in
Target
this game.
spotted.
Yeah, it was a season 5 update, I want to say. No, wait, we're in season 6. Yeah, season 5. I feel like it was season 5.
I hear gunshots, but I don't see anybody.
Did you just break a door open?
Yeah, and I'm in the building next to you. The
Okay.
house next to you.
I heard it, and I was like, crap, is that in this house, or is that somewhere else?
I hope not, because I have an SKS right now.
So do I. Should I replace it? No, I'll stick with it.
It's okay, now I have an RPG instead.
Ah.
I'd say that's a trade-up. If I'm going down, somebody else is going down with me, I can tell you that.
As it should be.
Oh, there's somebody in the house with me.
Alright, come in, come in.
He was literally just squatting in a corner.
Dang it.
What a piece of garbage. It's just him. He's squatting on my dead body.
Okay.
He's heads up. He's just like hanging out, camped inside that attic.
In the attic, okay.
Your teammate
Or at
has
least he
entered
was.
Gulag.
I don't know if he
Surviving
still is.
earns them redeployment.
That's so
Yeah, he's
upsetting.
still there.
Who just can't like squats in a corner in an attic? Like, how long was he there? That's what I want to know.
Long enough to put up a wall. What do you mean?
Did they get you?
No, but he threw gas. There's two of them now.
Your teammate is redeploying. Stand by.
I'm coming back.
Watch the sky.
Is all my stuff still in the house though? Are you in the house that he's in?
Theoretically, yeah, I killed one of them. The other one's still up top.
You're losing ground.
Found him, never mind, he's right here. Got him.
There's another one behind you.
Oh, fudge! I thought that was you! Oh, no!
What a game.
I literally saw him shooting, and so I was like, oh, he must be shooting at you. So, like, I took him out as quickly as I could, and then I was like, okay, we're good. Now he's, like, it was a team wipe, so I was like, okay. I team wiped that guy. That was the entire team. Now we can
Somebody
collect
else just
everything
came
they
and killed
dropped.
me.
Okay, that was fun.
What a
Dang
world,
it, that
what
was
a
such
world.
a good, like, the way I took him out, too. It was so good.
The fight has begun.
If
I like
only
saw the guy like
realized.
walking up behind you too. I was like, oh god, no, please. I killed him with just a pistol though.
at least you got him.
When the
I'm
hero returns
happy
to the
about
front
that.
line, you lose, the fight is over.
I did die to somebody else with an SKS though, so like,
Time breaks them.
it's all on you, bud.
You're going back to the
My man.
Oof. Alright, where am I gonna drop?
In the middle of stadium.
I'm gonna go to the dam. Let's see. Do I have time? I have time. Aw, I think
Oh,
it's
somebody's been here.
They left some stuff though.
Oh, nice. $10. There's a guy just squatting in this dumb attic.
I was actually very worried that was gonna happen too.
The guy is like squatting behind the door too. Like, how toxic do you have to be?
I don't understand why people do that. Like, it's so boring to play the game that way, and yet people do it, and I'm just... Every time I do it, it's usually because of the fact that, like, Ed is sniping, and so, like, I'm more just trying to, like, protect
Cover the
Ed.
yeah.
And even still, like, it gets boring, because, so, like, I don't understand why people do that. Like, it's just not fun to play the game that way. What do you think? You think there's someone in here?
Nope. At least not that direction. Yeah, nope.
That, or they're one of the best campers who doesn't care about money and only cares about kills.
The guy that killed me, actually, like, I cleared the attic, and he didn't kill me until I was coming back towards the door. So he had watched me come in and, like, not killed me until I, like, turned around to leave.
Wow, the worst kind of toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, I have enough. There's a store right up top. Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna buy you back.
Cool. Alright, cool. And there's still guns in here for me to get.
There we go. You know, I honestly hate my life. Every time like I'm working on a skin and I have to get mounted in long shot kills, because the only way I can get mounted in long shot kills is by like camping, and I literally hate my life. Like I'm half tempted to apologize to like send a message to them in the game being like, I'm sorry, I just need the skin. Because I hate my like I honestly hate the fact that I do this, but I need to do
Okay, Jeremy, I found an RPG, so we're gonna win now.
it. Nothing can stand against us. Just careful, the gas is moving in.
I keep
Friendly
hearing
contact on the
and/or
way.
seeing somebody. It could have just been a shadow, but just in case, just a heads up.
Okay, I'm gonna put this proximity mine down, and whoever, if
Gas
there's
is
someone
moving
behind us,
in. New
they
safe
can
zone
hate
located.
me as much as I hate some people.
The
Also,
gas is
there's a
like,
loadout drop right here.
hey, we should. I like how the gas is like, no, no, no. There are guns in this building, but not for you. I'm gonna gas it off so you can't get any of the cool guns that you were gonna try and pick up.
Right?
It's okay, I have an RPG. If anybody tries to get the loadout drop, they'll regret it.
Oh, I thought I had a Uzi. I guess not. Ah, my freaking head.
Was that you?
What?
That explosion?
No.
Oh, good lord. What just exploded?
I did hear it, but it was so quiet on my end that I didn't like it didn't process in my head what it
What
was.
the heck just exploded in the background?
Oh, hey, look. Oh, no, that's a kilo. I'll switch it out later. No, I don't want that. Oh, I'd rather
Ooh,
dual
now I
wield.
have two RPGs. I'm gonna swap out my RPG for this RPG.
Ooh, that one's much cooler than the other one.
How come it doesn't give you like ammo for an RPG? Because I have one rocket, and you think that me walking over another RPG would give me another rocket?
Wouldn't you? You would actually. All right, time to move. Cause the gas is
Got
about
gas
to
moving in.
move. I really hope it's a slow gas because I hate fast gas.
Don't we all? Sometimes you do need it to be fast, though. That way I could just get it over and done with.
Do you smell that?
Get to the safe
Hmm.
zone.
No, and that's what
Alright, looks
worries me.
like people have been here, so just be on guard.
FBI, open up! It's gonna kick open all the doors and make as much noise as possible.
This is a
Oh, I
police
heard it.
station, so.
I heard somebody take a pot shot somewhere. They didn't shoot at us. I just heard the gunshot, if that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I don't. They probably weren't shooting at us, but just be aware.
Do we want to get on this vehicle or do we just want to risk it and run?
Hang on. They did a terrible job of searching this building, so I'm gonna pick up a bunch of ammo and money, and then I will join you.
Okay. The
Ooh, there's
gas
an
is
ammo drop in here
almost
too, by
on
the way.
the building, so just be aware.
Oh, I was unaware. Oh, we should have taken the vehicle. I regret so many
You can
things.
take the vehicle. It's no, it's no, never mind.
It's lost forever.
I like how it. Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say I like how it disappears after a while on the screen, but it's still there. There was one time I was trying to. So there was a moment in Warzone where they decided to get rid of all vehicles in Warzone. And I just got out of the Gulag. I searched a building, and by the time I was done searching the building, the gas was moving in. Only the place where, like, I literally just went straight down when I got out of the Gulag. And the place where it sent me was literally the opposite side of the map of where the circle was. And the gas was moving in extremely quickly. I could not outrun the gas.
Oof.
I literally started before it got to me. Like I was just sprinting. I wasn't looking at anything. I was literally just running, and I couldn't outrun the gas.
That's when you just like lay down and die. You're like, I accept my fate.
I did. I basically left the game. I was like, I'm not gonna give the gas the satisfaction of getting my kill. So I left the game before I got fully killed.
Somebody just got kicked due to being AFK. Where did they land that nobody found and killed them? Oh, somebody, did you break a window?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh. I'm gonna swap this Ooga Hooga. Or no, it's Ufega. I'm gonna swap this Ufega for my other Ufega. This one looks cool.
Alright.
Did you see on the minimap there's people shooting?
I did not actually wear.
Somewhere in that direction.
There.
Okay.
Going.
Let's
I don't
go
know
to
how
this
far.
house and see if we can find some armor and ammo.
Oh, oh, oh.
Where?
On that hillside.
Safe zone relocated.
I see them. Broke that. There we go.
I have a sniper scope. These guys messed with the wrong people. I don't know where the other one went. Did you get the
He's
one with the
behind
riot shield or
tree.
the one
I
without?
just downed the one with the riot shield. Alright, he got him up.
Dang it. This is the worst angle for me. And I have no armor.
I need ammo and armor. Shoot. I have a couple of pieces of armor you can
Enemy
have.
UAV overhead.
Do you have ghost?
I do, yeah.
Okay, good. Alright, I might inch my way towards you. I'm gonna keep watching that horizon with
Oh,
my scope.
shoot.
The smoke.
What the heck? Where am I getting shot from?
Ooh, I have no armor, so please don't be in this house.
Take my armor plates. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
Because we need to run here soon, and I don't know where I just got shot from. Oh, that's where I got shot from. Oh my gosh. It's up there.
Gas is closing in.
I don't like this.
Oh, what did he even just get me with?
Get up. We have work to do.
No, I don't want to die. Alright, let's run.
Okay, I break right, you break left.
Long way to
Okay.
And go, 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 go. Wow, wow. Okay. Go on without me.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Dang it! Oh, there was a store there too. I should have bought a gas mask.
Ugh. That guy was just camped there too.
What a loser! What a pathetic loser. I hope he dies. Aw, he's gonna outrun the gas. Dang it.
Whack. How come the group camped on the other hill couldn't shoot that guy?
I know, right?
We got caught like right in the middle of both of them.
We did. We literally couldn't go anywhere.
And the gas was like closing in too late and like forcing us out of our one safe
The
area.
thing that sucked is he wasn't even a good sniper. Like, I stepped out of the building, and like I didn't know where he was, and he missed. But and then I went around the corner in the direction of where he was because I had no idea where the shot came from. I assumed it was from the riot shield guys. And then he shot again, missed.
Did he
I
shoot
ran
a
around the
thermal or
building.
something? Did they
He
have like a
was-
sniper that can shoot a thermal? Because he threw that thermal at you when you were like, oh, there he is. And then like as soon as I walked past a window, it sounded like a sniper shot, but it insta-downed me, and then there was like a thermite grenade stuck to the wall. So is there like a sniper that can shoot thermite rounds or something?
I think it's one of the. It's like an explosive round or something. I think it.
Because I know you can get thermite tips on the crossbow.
Yeah, no, I think it was an explosive tip. Maybe you can adjust the explosive tips that way. It's like or maybe that's how the explosive works. Because I've never been on the receiving end of it.
Because usually it just explodes. I'll have to mess around with the class and see if you can change it into like a thermite bullet.
Maybe, because that's how I knew that someone was shooting at me. I heard the shot, but I didn't process it was at me until like I received a tiny amount of damage, like very small, because it missed. It was only the reaction or the damage that got my attention. He missed me like 3 times though. Like he really wasn't the best of snipers. I circled around the building and jumped in the from the opposite side before I realized where he was. And he didn't hit me once when I was running around the building. Not directly, anyways. Ow, why does my head hurt?
There's a Dutch Brothers by my work, and oh my gosh, I've been drinking so much coffee, it's kind of ridiculous.
I have never had Dutch Bros, but there's one that's at
It's
the bottom of the hill on I live now.
Holding for deployment.
a, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. It's like it's not as good as a local coffee shop, but it's better than Starbucks. But also, do you know how everybody loves Raising Cane's, even though it's just like average chicken?
Yeah, which I don't understand.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how it is with Dutch Bros. Like everybody hypes it up, and there's always like an ungodly line for it. But it's like not the best coffee, and it's not the worst coffee. It's just like pretty decent coffee, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess it is slightly cheaper than like a local coffee shop, and slightly better than Starbucks. So that might be the appeal.
Training is over. Time to see what you have learned.
Like I remember what the first time I had Raising Cane's, and I was all like, "This is not very good."
It's that white people fried chicken. It's like it really is. It's like okay, because like
Totally
it's not
is.
even like super seasoned or spiced. It's just like adequate fried chicken.
It's not juicy. It's a little dry,
You get bread and coleslaw with it.
and that's
It's-
it's not like good. I don't understand the
Because like KFC is too greasy, but I'm not a big fan of KFC.
either mine.
Church's is all right. It's not the best. I love Popeyes.
I actually enjoy Popeyes. I'm not.
Yeah,
The biggest
Popeyes
fan
is like
of
my
it, but
favorite chicken place. But I get the like spicy tenders when I go. I don't get like the normal fried chicken. I get their like
Let's
spicy
go here,
Drop zone mark.
boneless.
and let's drop now.
You say here, but I did not see your ping. Oh, there it is. Oh, did I tell you they updated? They came out with like a big update for Spellbreak, and so now like the aiming system is like 10 times better, so I can actually hit sniper shots and like, because I guess they used to have a delay, and so like your shots never like there's a weird lag, so that's why everybody was so bad at aiming. Is it wasn't
Oh.
just you; it was actually the game itself that wasn't good. Like there's a desync. That's what I'm looking for.
Interesting. Well, there's
And there's a lot of people,
Missile dropping into
good
the
to
area.
yes, a lot of people.
Primary
like a
objective,
lot, and a helicopter.
eliminate all targets.
Is that a helicopter?
Got one. Nope. There's another.
I'm coming. Sorry, I just landed.
Got the other.
Good.
Okay, you had a better gun. Why were you using a freaking pistol, you dumb nut? Shoot! The helicopter's coming at me.
I have no gun.
Haha! Suck it!
I'm gonna shoot him down with my pistol.
I actually have shot down a helicopter with a pistol before, but I did pre-fire it with a assault rifle.
Can I use the anti-air missiles that are just like chilling here?
Got
I'm
him.
gonna run around. You just dealt so much damage.
I'm so sorry.
Can you shoot out of a helicopter? Does it have weapons on it?
No. It has flares, so if someone shoots at you, you can.
What was that guy doing there?
He was trying to run me over.
Oh. I thought you could like shoot out of it or something.
All right,
Somebody's been here. Just
yeah,
a heads up.
they haven't left, I don't think. So just be aware.
Hang on, I'm gonna sound port. Yeah.
Shoot!
I was gonna use my stupid headphones to try and listen for.
This is the Gulag. Survive and you can redeploy.
We should have just waited up top for them.
Yeah, true. Out camp the campers. I don't know if they ever would have left though.
No, they were. One of them was running towards the door when I
Win this fight
went
and
down.
you
So I
return
think
to the
that they
front
were
line. But
they were
if you
getting ready
lose,
to
you're
leave.
done.
Gotcha.
It's time. Break some. Broke some. Well done. Stand by for redeployment.
Did you just win with the flag?
I
How
did
did
not
you
win with
get-
the flag, but I got that win.
How did you get into the gulag before me? I'm literally like still waiting for gulag. What is this game?
Gas is closing in.
Anything on the roof? Oh, this place has been searched.
I keep getting the same handgun and throwing knife, which I'm not complaining about though, because if you have the throwing knife, you know how you can just like melee and get an insta kill.
Your teammate is redeploying. Stand by.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said. Say that again.
Oh, I keep getting the pistol and throwing knife, which I'm not complaining though, because
Oh yeah,
I can.
the throwing knife is OP.
Yeah, I like every time I've gotten that, I've killed the person with a melee attack. There's gunshots.
Get to the
This
safe
place has
hear
been
him?
searched, but I'm gonna
There's
check
somebody
it
in that direction.
Overhead.
Moving position.
There's ammo here.
I'm moving.
If I had a gun, that would be that would mean something to me.
Fair enough. There's
Do
actually
they
a dead
s-
body up here.
Do they spawn you in with any perks, by the way? Like, do I have ghost or anything? Like,
I don't think so.
or nah?
I think you have to pick it up from the. That was you, right? That was you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it again. FBI, open.
There's an SA-87
Marking
here.
Any gun is
Uzis,
better than no gun.
and
Ooh.
2 X16s.
I don't know what that is, but I will pick up
Started
something.
Oh shoot! They know we're here.
Yeah, they do. Also, downstairs there's an ammo drop thing. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go grab some ammo real quick. Was that just your feet?
Possibly. I'm scared.
You also have a
and
shotgun?
The gas is moving in, so we can't fully stay here. Try backing up a little more. Oh, that works.
What the heck? How does that even work?
Where on earth would they have been that they would see us?
They're everywhere. They're
Wait,
in
I
the
have a UAV.
trees,
What
man.
am I doing? There we go.
Oh, here they come. Do you see them?
Good copy.
Yep.
UAV beginning flyover.
Here we are.
Movement here.
No, right here.
Disregard.
There's another one behind us too. Do you see that?
Moving.
Oh my
Hostile
gosh,
dropping
you're right.
into the area. Watch the skies.
He just turned invisible. How did he
The
do
one
that?
that's behind us was actually parachuting. He's going to the roof of this building.
Resupply.
Moving.
The other people are running away.
Do we want to leg it? Oh, he's there on the roof. They're on the roof. They're on the roof.
Yep.
Do I just want to leg it and get out of here and let them fight each other, or are we going in for the?
No, they're not. The other people ran away.
Hang on. Check it.
Setting charge.
Oh, but JK, I don't know how to hit. Maybe if I knew how to use C4, that would have been cooler.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, they took the truck.
I'm just gonna see if that guy drops down.
Alright, I'm gonna run, so that way I can draw him out faster. Time to run. Time to go. Time to go.
Oh. Now the question is, can I outrun this smoke?
You
Does
seem to be
dead
doing
silence
good on
make you
mine.
run faster?
It does a little bit, yes.
Hey, I don't need it just yet. Thankfully, I had an SMG. I have an SMG and a shotgun, so let's pray to God they don't have a camping sniper somewhere.
I know, that's what I'm worried about. Alright, $5 says this first building that we go into is where they're going to be camping.
Friendly drop bag headed your way.
Actually,
Do you
I
have a
don't care.
shotgun?
I'm going to the loadout drop.
Oh, risking it for the biscuits. Hang on.
In. New safe zone located.
Like a real cool person would. Did you like my pro plays?
I did.
We gotta. Is the smoke closing? No, not yet.
We got a minute before it closes again. Let's see if we can't find some armor and ammo.
Oh. Your footsteps scared me.
I know. Every now and then I have to double check that it's yours. Alright, I'm moving this way.
Moving.
There's people
Oh,
shooting
somebody
at me.
shooting.
Taking shots.
They're on that roof.
I shot at one. One just
Down one.
parachuted onto my roof.
Better now.
There's another one on the roof of the building we were just in. On the house we were just in. He's coming toward you.
Okay,
He's above me. He's above me. He's literally on the house that I'm in right
I
now.
see him. Oh, he has a sniper. No, it was a rocket launcher. What a dick. Alright, you're on your own now. He's on the roof, so.
We lost that one, but we'll come back stronger next time.
I'm gonna wait because I want to see him try to save his partner and him die. Oh, his partner fell.